Welcome back to the Movie Man. Today I will show you a 2014 Indian biographical sports drama film, Mary Kom. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. This girl named Chumni Jang. One day she found a boxing glove in the ruins of the house. She then took the boxing gloves home. At home her father saw her bring a boxing gloves. Her father didn't like it because it wasn't for girls, but Chumni Jang is stubborn. Every day she puts on those boxing gloves and plays boxer. There her mother just smiled seeing her daughter who likes to wear boxing gloves. Time has passed and Chumni Jang has grown into a teenager. One day at school she got into a fight with a boy. She blindly fought with the man. The incident did not last long because the teacher came and finally the man left. She fought with him for defending her friend who was always hurt by her boyfriend. At home Chumni Jang was caught fighting by her father that can see the bruises on her face. Her father actually wanted to go to an athletic school but she never went. The incident made she punished. She was not allowed to leave the house for a week. A week later when she was about to leave for school she saw the man who was fighting with her. She was again angry to see that man and she challenged him again to a fight. She then put on her boxing gloves and started a fight. The man then ran away but Chumni Jang still chased him. They kept running and running until they finally entered a gym training ground. There seeing some people practicing boxing. A coach immediately shouted to end the noise made by Chumni Jang. The coach said that boxing gloves are not for fighting but for sports. This coach named Coach Singh, who is a former Asian champion boxer. Knowing that Chumni Jang was immediately interested and said she wanted to practice boxing with him, Coach Singh then gave her a chance to practice. He said if she really wanted to practice she had to come every day at 7 o'clock a.m. Chumni Jang was so happy that she hugged the man she was fighting. At home she immediately told her mother that she was going to practice boxing. Her mother agreed but her father refused, but Chumni Jang did not respond to her father. The next morning Chumni Jang's first day of boxing practice. She was so prepared that she was willing to climb on the roof of the car so as not to arrive late. When she reaches the training ground she meets Coach Singh but she was only told to sit down until practice time was over. She didn't do anything. The next day she did the same. She was just told to sit down by the coach watching other boxers trained for 10 days straight. She was just told to sit like that until one afternoon when practice was over. Coach Singh finally told Chumni Jang to get into the ring and from that moment, she began to train with the others. One day she saw her brother crying. He says if the cows in their house are mortgaged to pay the debt. Hearing that she promised to take back their cows. She then gets the news that somewhere there is a street fighting match where the winner can get money. Chumni Jang then had the idea to take part in the match. Finally she came and challenged a male fighter. This man's name is Law Boy. At first she was underestimated but she challenges Law B back saying is he afraid of her. Hearing that made Law Boy's emotions burn. He then said if Chumni Jang could defend against him every 15 seconds then Law Boy would give $4. The fight starts. At first Chumni Jang avoided his attack but one attack managed to hit her face. The next attack knocked her to the ground. There Law Boy started arrogant but from behind Chumni Jang got up and the fight started again. Chumni Jang dodged down and immediately punched Law Boy in the stomach and face. Her attacks were weak and had no effect on him. She attacked again but was held back. Then with one punch Law Boy punched her in the face until she finally lost. After the match was over Chumni Jang got into an altercation with a boxing scalper. The fight is only paid $4 though she managed to survive 45 seconds so she should get $12. Suddenly a man helped solve their problem. This man's name Anwar. Finally the scalper gave up and gave $12 to Chumni Jang. The next day, she returned to take her parents' cow and managed to pay off the pawn shop fee. Of course her brother was happy. Chumni Jang continued to do the exercises for some time until finally the announcement of the regional level championship match was issued by Coach Singh. She then checked the announcement paper but she didn't see her name listed there. Coach Singh then says as she is on the match list, but the name has been changed because Chumni Jang's full name is too long, and from that moment the name Chumni Jang has changed to Maricom. The regional championship has began. This was Maricom's first game and she must do her best. She had a briefing with Coach Singh and then she stepped into the ring. The fight was fierce. Mary performed well. Her attacks always hit the target until finally the opponent fell. She won the game and got her first medal. She then showed the medal to Anwar with pleasure. At a coffee shop, Mary's father was there. His friends were reading the newspaper and talking about the news about a female boxer becoming boxing champion, and she is from their village. Mary's father then took the newspaper and saw a photo of his daughter plastered on the newspaper. Immediately he went straight home and suddenly looking for something. There his wife asked him what he wanted to find. He then asked where the boxing gloves were. With an angry taunt his father shouted, asking again where his boxing gloves were. Finally Mary handed the boxing gloves to her father. Her father immediately threw it into the burning. This made Mary shocked and immediately clashed with her father. There he gave two options: choose her father or choose the world of boxing. There she could not answer. The situation was getting tense and she finally answered that she prefers boxing. She then continued her profession as a boxer, and as time went on, she got victory after victory until she finally arrived at the World Championship match in Turkey. The villagers flocked to the small TV to watch Mary play, but her father still did not accept Mary as a boxer. He just sat quietly in the house and did not participate in watching. Meanwhile Mary started her match, but her performance is not good. Several times she was hit by a crushing blow and her points were left behind by her opponent. Suddenly from a distance her father saw the TV and was secretly moved until finally he shouted, encouraging his daughter. Everyone was surprised and turned happy to see Mary's father supporting and encouraging her, and in the match Mary suddenly felt renewed. She has risen from her defeat. She then attacks her opponent one after another, until she finally won the match and became world champion. Seeing his daughter's victory on TV, he became moved with tears in his eyes. Now he recognizes Mary and bless her career as a boxer. Mary even gave a watch as a gift to her father for her victory in the match in Turkey. One day she was having dinner with Anwar. There she complained about her mother, who always brought her closer to men to get married. In that conversation, Anwar said if she wanted to marry him, he says he is a man who will always support her. Hearing that, Mary became shocked and fell silent. A world championship match was held again. This time Mary's opponent is a German boxer who is known as a ferocious boxer. Battle began. The first round battle was fierce. Mary managed to attack her opponent, but in the second round Mary lost focus. It seems that Anwar's proposal some time ago made her mind unfocus. Mary was attacked so many times that she was overwhelmed. During the break Mary was scolded by Coach Singh for not focusing, but in round 3 Mary finally managed to focus again. Her attack managed to overwhelm her opponent until finally her final punch ended the match. Mary managed to win again and became the world champion for the third time. At the celebration session, Mary screams to Anwar that she finally accepted Anwar's proposal, but the unexpected happened. Mary tells Coach Singh that she will marry Anwar. Hearing that, Coach Singh became angry. He wanted Mary to stay focused as a boxer, because according to his experience married athletes will end their careers and they will regret it, but Mary remained firm in her convictions. Finally Mary's wedding with Anwar was held. They look happy. From far it is seen Coach Singh coming there but doesn't meet them. He felt uncomfortable with all of this. Time has passed. After the two of them got married, one day Mary saw the test pack and she was stunned by the results. She's pregnant. She then told that to her husband. Anwar looked very happy and immediately hugged Mary, but Mary didn't seem pleased. Time passed and her womb grew. She says she misses boxing. She had harbored this feeling for a long time and only now did she express it. Her career is over and it makes Mary and Anwar quarrel. The day of Mary's child's birth arrived. She was in the delivery room. Things weren't good. She had difficulty giving birth normally. The doctor then suggested a cesarean section. Luckily all went well. Mary gave birth to a pair of twins. They were named Ringpa and Nanai. From that moment Mary's life as a mother began. She did her duty as a good mother, but due to the economic situation, Anlar has to work extra hard. Until one night, Mary was talking with Anlar. She said that everyone had started to forget Maricum. Anlar then advised his wife to start boxing again, but Mary was doubtful and had no self-confidence because she had given birth and her body was not what it used to be, but her husband encouraged her until finally Mary was excited again to start boxing again, and the next morning she began to practice. After a long time, she started running in the morning, but her stamina is still not what it used to be. One day Anlar suggested her to work out at the gym. She is hesitant as she has to meet Coach Singh, but the next day she came there. She tries to talk to Coach Singh but she is ignored. Finally she practiced alone with the company by her friends. One day she came to Coach Singh's house. There she said if she seriously wanted to return to the world of boxing, but she couldn't do it without Coach Singh giving birth to a Maricum. She begs Coach Singh to train her again because he is the only one who can bring Maricum back to all used to be. Finally Coach Singh agreed on the condition that Mary had to train twice as hard as before, so began the extra hard training for Mary. She trains in nature, do extra heavy exercises every day to restore stamina and strength as before. One day it was time for Maricum to reappear after a long time. She then got a match in China. She represented India in the championship games for the gold medal. Mary then said goodbye to her family and children in China. Mary won the game after game until finally she reached the final round, but on the other hand one of Mary's children named Nanai is sick. When Mary's match was to start, suddenly her husband called and said that Nanai was sick and is being treated in hospital. Nanai has a hole in her heart and she needs surgery urgently. This fact really hit Mary, who would be competing in a few minutes. Her sadness was visible when she entered the ring. She seemed unable to focus. Her eyes filled with tears as she remembered her daughter, and the bell began, but she had lost focus many times. She was attacked by her opponent. Meanwhile in India, Nanai is being operated on by doctors. On the other hand Mary's performance is bad. She was hit repeatedly without a fight, until finally in the next round she was unable to survive. With one more strike her opponent managed to knock her down. At the same time Nanai's operation is critical. Her heartbeat stopped. Doctors immediately did what they could. Luckily Nanai's heart beats again, and meanwhile the umpire counted Mary. Mary slowly woke up and tried to gather her strength again. She's on her feet again and still able to fight. Now she feels a new power. She began to counterattack her opponent. Her attacks are very sharp and continuous. Overwhelmed her opponent. Seeing Mary's supporters including her coach cheering her on even though it's only on TV. Until finally Mary threw a punch that made her opponent fall and couldn't get up again. The referees started to count but she was no longer able to get up. Mary managed to KO her opponent and she ended up winning the match. Everyone clap and celebrate the win happily. Mary was seen crying with emotion over her victory. On the victory podium she sees his coach receiving a call from Anlar. The coach signals that Nanai's surgery was successful and she is recovering. She was relieved and finally the Indian flag slowly climbed up. The national anthem is played. All seen with wisdom and pride, and the movie ends. That was all of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button and subscribe to watch more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.